Alright, welcome to Doozer Shop. I'm going to try something new. Everybody loves toolbox openings and going through toolboxes. So I'm going to try something like that here because I think this is interesting. So let me backstory, frame it for you. I've got a friend, Mark, on Grand Island up in New York, and when I was visiting him, one of his friends passed away, and there was an estate sale, or there was going to be an estate sale, but we went and looked at some stuff, and I was able to buy, it was a friend of his friend that passed away that was handling everything. I found a couple Kennedy boxes, and I purchased them, and they're really cool. I didn't disturb any of the stuff in them, and it's quite the collection. And I want to just take the camera and I just want to show some of the stuff, and I want to talk about collecting and what it means to equip your shop and to save things to be able to fix stuff. So let's go take a look at it. And let's see if we can find some cool stuff. All right, so let me get my camera situated here. So these two cabinets, these are Kennedy cabinets. You know, like it's Kennedy toolbox, Kennedy cabinets, Kennedy kits. And so I've got them by my drill press by the window. I have like this cool table with cast iron legs. I've got, you know, metal bins, and I kind of store some metal stuff there to make stuff with. What do you call that? Just stock. And so they sit right here underneath the windowsill, and they're level with the windowsill, and it kind of is just a nice thing for drill bits and just whatever. But that's not the important part. I'm just kind of framing what they are and why I chose to put them here. So these are really cool. If you get a chance to pick some of these up, these are about, I don't know, maybe 10 inches by 10 inches or 11 inches and about a foot deep. Okay? So I hope this comes through on the camera as good as I hope. Alright, I don't want to dump it. So, alright. There's a bunch of stuff in here. So let's have a quick look, and I'm not saying this is organized by any means. So these are tube rivets. These little, oh, this is going to just be terrible. They're tubular rivets where you hammer them over and they kind of smush over. Pretty darn handy. Drive rivets, right? These people use to hold tags on machines, right? So I will have a lifetime supply of tube rivets and spiral drive screws, spiral drive pins, I guess what you'd call them. These are aluminum solid rivets and some hollow rivets and some expanding rivets, but these are just aluminum. You know, you have a formed punch to form the opposite head, and you just buck them on the other side. So that's handy. So this guy, I forget his name, boy, but he saved some cool stuff. All right. These are tarp rings or grommets for crimping on a tarp or a piece of mud flap rubber or something. These are kind of, you know, you put them, it's like a rivet. It's like a hollow rivet, and then there's the washer part kind of mixed in there somewhere. They could be snaps. I don't think so. I think these are for reinforcing a hole that you punch in a gasket or a tarp or a mud flap. I don't want to take the drawer open too much. These are just pop rivets. 1/8 inch, like for gutters. These are pop rivets, okay? And I'm going to jump around a little here. These are more pop rivets. These are 1/8 inch. These are larger. I think these are 3/16, you know, for a pull rivet gun, a pop rivet gun. And there's some back in there. Let's see. These are rubber stuff, right? I see this is for the hole in a brake, shoe brake, backing plate, drum brake, grommets, a lot of grommets for you put on a panel to avoid, you know, chafing. Grommets and fiber washers. So grommets and fiber washers. Here is O-rings, O-rings, O-rings and O-rings and O-rings, and just, I don't know, a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Clevis pins. I see clevis pins and stuff. I see spray can nozzles, gasket maker nozzles. Okay, again, this is spray nozzles and solid steel rivets. Solid steel rivets. More tube rivets. And like I said, clevis pins. So, I mean, it's pretty cool what this guy saved, right? This is just pretty neat. Okay, there's this drawer. Star washers. Internal and external star washers. Okay, neat stuff. It's an interesting thing with these washers. The tabs are angled one direction to prevent loosening in a counterclockwise direction. So these will work with right-hand thread stuff. But if you've got left-hand thread, the twists on the little barbs are going the wrong direction. There you go. So, and you cannot flip it over because it's the same direction. So these are only for right-handed fasteners. I've on my Pratt & Whitney jig bore, there's some of these on some left-hand threaded stuff, and it actually prevents you from tightening the fastener, not from loosening the fastener. Okay, kind of weird. Ah, boy, flat washers, 1/4 inch, 3/16, 1/4 inch flat washers. Nice to have, right? Awesome. This is crimp lugs. All these are lugs for crimping on wires, right? That's a nice 8 gauge or 6 gauge. That's pretty decent. All tin plated. Most of them are. I see some brass in there. That's pretty cool, handy. This looks like miscellaneous assortment of washers. More common washers. Like I say, these are about 1/4 inch and 3/16. This looks like a mix. You go below it. Again, a little bit smaller assortment of size washers. Okay. This is that's a switch for a door jamb in a car. When you close the door, the light goes off. When you open the door, the light goes on in the cabin, the passenger cabin. That's pretty cool. Okay, and small washers. So you've got like number 10s, number 8s, then you got number 10s and 1/4, and then a little bit bigger in ring terminals. Of course, your star washers, both internal and external. I did not check if there are any left-hand threaded guys in there. Okay, this is cool. Make sure it doesn't fall. All right, what's this? This is number 4, 6, and 8 Allen head hardware. Here you go. Buckeye brand split rivets assorted from 4/16 to 8/16. Wow, 39 cents, right? Copper headed. There's still some in there. Okay, I'm not going to open that. clevis pins and dowel pins, right? Oh my gosh, I love dowel pins and the stuff I fix and repair. Got a bag of split pins, roll pins. They're not coil pins, they're just straight up roll pins. And I see more roll pins and stuff in there. Brushes, carbon brushes for motors. All kinds of goodies. Yeah, look at that brush. That's a big, probably one for Delco starters and from soup to nuts. Nice big dowel pins. Look at that, 3/8. Is that? Yeah, that's about 3/8. Nice and straight for check and run out and collets and tooling setups, and the black oxide one. Oh, more of these coil pins. Not coiled, they're just roll pins. So I got some there, I got some there. What's under there? It looks like number 10 and some 1/4 inch Allen screws. A big old hitch pin, or clevis pin rather, and a big old cotter pin. I've heard people call these Carter pins. They're cotter pins, not Carter pins. Whatever. So that's cool. I hope you find this as interesting as I do. It's neat, I think. Oh, buddy. God, this is so neat. All right, roll pins again. Oh, solid pin in there. Predominantly rolled pins. When I say roll pins, or maybe it's a split pin. There's coil pins and roll pins. These are not coiled, these are just rolled. Coil pins are like a cinnamon roll where they're all rolled up. So I know everybody's, you know, very specific with the names, with the nomenclature. It looks like 1/4 inch and 5/16 Allen head cap screws. It looks like 3/8 and 5/16 Allen head cap screws. It's kind of neat, right? Cool shit, cool stuff. All right, look at that brass key. Look at all the keys. Some Woodruff Half Moon keys. All right, that's a handy stash 'em, smash 'em, stash 'em right there. This is, what is this? Brass bolts, brass or bronze. Maybe these are John bolts. Maybe not. They're just brass, copper washers, brass washers, brass nuts. This is all brass stuff. That's just sweet. Okay. Set screws. Oh my lord. There's a big 1/2 inch set screwed. Yeah. Some long guys. You like the long guys sometimes. Ooh, it's a slotty head. Okay, well, everyone needs some love, even the slotty heads. Okay, that's cool. That's neat, man. So cool. All right, man. Oh, golly. Nylon. I don't know if these are toilet seat bolts. Oh, it's a level vial. That's cool. Kind of plasticky stuff. Danger, hazardous. Oh, look at that. Oh, what that is. It's just a placard. Oh, it's a circuit board. It's a phenolic board. It looks like a resistor goes on there. Orange, Connecticut. Okay, well, there's 2 of them in there. What's this? Just a piece of metal? Oh, this is light. This is titanium, dude. That's just cool as balls. Oh, look, that's just, it's like aluminum, but it's a little bit heavier. And this is also, it feels like titanium. That's cool. You know, I don't even go through. Ooh, welding goggles. Number 5, NW5. I don't know. Whatever. Cool stuff. Here's some kind of a needle. Some kind of a needle. Some kind of a lure fitting needle. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. Rubber elastomeric isolators. Yeah, look at that. Rubber mounts. Keys for handcuffs or a toolbox. This could be a toolbox. A Gershner key. Oh yeah, man. Some cool, interesting stuff. This is that's a key latch with tumblers. There you go. There you go, buddy. Right there. Parts and parts and parts. And just some kind of hinge for a lamp, maybe? Swivel. I don't know. And a motor brush. Right? Oh, this is cool, right? Crystals for Citizen Band radios, channel 21, receive. And in there. But yeah, CB radios before, I don't know, before something, they had individual crystals for the different stations, the frequencies. They're just kind of pins and different kinds of pins. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Lots of pins. Alright, box 2. Oops. Holy schnickerdoodles. Look at that. These are needle and seats and adjustment needles for carburetors. That's for like Carters. I see some Tecumseh adjustment thingy things. Oh, look, there's a diaphragm. There's a fuel pump diaphragm, or maybe for a Carter, what are they called? Carter 2 YBs or something? Yeah, like carburetor gaskets. Alright, now, that's cool. Balls, bro! Steel balls. These are bearing balls. They're not ball bearings. People call them ball bearings. They're not ball bearings. They're bearing balls. Right? We love it. Looks like snaps. Push snaps. If you've got to put, they got wood thread on them. If you've got a boat or a car or a camper and you're going to snap on a canvas, maybe. Nylon pawl nuts for license plates, I'm assuming. Those are kind of handy. Looks like some 1/2 inch 13 Allen head cap screws. Oh man. There is a Briggs & Stratton. I believe that's a Briggs, part of a breaker point assembly. That is oakum rope, I think, for packing faucets. Oakum rope, I think, has graphite in it, and it's like hemp, twisted hemp with graphite, and I don't know what all this stuff is. Is that a Schrader core taker outer? No, that's a hose barb. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That could be a grease fitting or a tire inflation fitting for a, I don't know. It's a, got a, oh, more needles. More needles in there. Ooh, I almost dropped it. I'm going to put that back in a little. Okay, square-headed set screws. What the heck? T-nuts. So this, for furniture makers, woodworkers, that's a T-nut. quarter 20 T-nut. It presses into a piece of board or plywood. That's a T-nut. And I guess in metalworking, that's a T-nut. It goes in a T-slot. But in woodworking, T-nuts go into, you know, the wood. It's got prongs in it to prevent the rotation. That's just T-nuts. Okay. Hammer wedges, axe wedges, hammer wedges. This is a split bolt that used to connect wires, and you tighten them down. It's called a split bolt, and you tape the heck out of it. More Allen head screws. Those look to be around number 10s. And these are brushes. What does that say? I don't know. It doesn't say nothing. Oh, they're not. They're just springs. Okay, well, whatever. Springs, number 8 Allen head screws. And this appears to be, ooh, a lever switch. A single pull, double throw switch. Okay, neato, right on. Here's a shaft coupling for a 1/4 inch shaft. Kind of cool. Some screws, some little stuff. Oh, what's this? I don't know. What is that? They're just plastic screws, I think. Oh, flathead number 10s, 1032 flatheads. I see some 832s. That's handy. I was looking for one the other day in a different location. I didn't know those were there. Okay, here's a 1/4 inch eye bolt, eye hook, eyelet ring, maybe 1/4 inch. Here's a rubber lined Heim joint. That's a swivel joint, I think. I'm not going to part with that right now, but cable clamps for wire. Ooh, these are throttle linkage clips for either throttle or accelerator pump rod. Window door locks. Those are cool. All right, man. Cool stuff. This guy who collected this stuff, man, he knew the cool stuff to keep. All right, we're gonna get moving faster here. Oh man. Wood screws. Looks like number 10 nuts, number 8 screws, more number something screws, some 1/4 20 screws, number 6 screws, looks like some number 10 screws predominantly, wood screws with these little trim washers, if you ever seen. So you use a countersunk screw, and then you use a trim washer. It's like a dome washer. They're kind of cool. Yep. Stainless number 10s. Stainless, some kind of a nut. It's a lock nut, I think, a high collar nut or something. Anyways, regular nuts. Flathead screws, countersunk screws, whatever you call them. So a lot of these are stainless. Screws with safety holes in them. Number 10s, number 8s. And these look like number 6s or number 5s. Like 540, 632. Sweet, man. I mean, this dude, he just knew his stuff. He had a good eye for all this stuff. Holy kielbasa. It's just so much. So look at these things. Snap rings, internal, external, inside down, inside out, upside. That one, man, that's got some fancy to it, right? All right, these little push. Sorry for the hand action. Like a push nut. You just push it on a shaft. Red wagons used to have that. Oh man, I can't even tell you. These are neat. These are indicator lenses for dash lamps in cars, old cars, or airplanes. Look at the jeweling on that, and a lamp snaps in. I think a number, I don't know what they are, number 56 bulbs. Here's a socket on a tab. Looks like a lot of special washers and trim nuts. These are all brass and copper springs. A lot of times on a grounded cabinet with a door, you use that piece of wire. Just cool stuff. Bolts, slot heads, looks like a 1032. More hardware. These might have got jumbled around a little. Alligator clips, man. Who doesn't love alligator clips for test leads and whatever on else? It's just so neat. It's just so cool. It's just amazing. I mean, hardware, just brass, nuts, nuts, nuts. Oh, these are, those are not well nuts. I don't know what that is. A spacer. I don't see anything super neat, but if I do, I'll try to show it to you. 256 machine screws, flathead with nut. Because you need a nut. I mean, it's just a lot. This is the last drawer. Okay, terminal strips. Terminal strips, fuse holders, light bulbs, transistors, right? No, that's a thermal switch. That's a thermal switch. And RCA jacks, you know. 30 Symfonet Jensen steel needles. Price 25 cents. Special spark plug, Big Bang. Guarantee. I don't know what that is. But anyhow, my point is that this guy saved some awesome stuff, right? He just saved a lot of cool stuff, and I'm the proud owner of, you know, this from his estate. And you know, it's just pretty neat that I was able to buy these. And I don't remember, I think I paid 30 bucks or 25 bucks or something for both of them. But anyways, I thought you'd enjoy a little walk down, you know, what was in someone else's head of probably a lifetime of storage of knickknacks in his garage. This probably sat on this other guy's bench, and he just filled it up with little carburetor pieces and nuts and bolts and studs and brushes and CB radio crystals, you know. But I find this stuff interesting. It's a view into the head of this guy that lived before me. And I'm kind of carrying on the tradition. I didn't disturb too much in there, you know. Thought you guys would find it interesting. Okay. Talk too much, video's getting long. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this. This is Doozer Shop.